This is a public service announcement. This is a public service announcement. What you're about to listen to may make you yell, shout, smile, and even laugh out loud. Youth baseball players, coaches, and fans join the S.L.I.D.E podcast crew on their journey to make baseball fun again. Hear stories from players of all ages, plus tips and tricks from coaches and scouts. Now, if you're ready, give us a loud play ball.
Play ball.
There you go. Welcome back to the S.L.I.D.E podcast. I am your host, Coach Aaron, and today I have got a super special co-host with me, Jacob Barnes-Aronica. How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
Good. So you're a previous guest on the show, and everybody's already saw who our guest is today, but sometimes I like to leave them hanging in case they didn't read it. But so we're going to hold on just a second for that one. But tell us how you've been doing, man. Because the last time that we talked, you'd fell in a gopher hole.
Yes.
Never heard of that before in my life, but you'd fell in a gopher hole. You were working through those injuries. How was this past baseball season, man?
Amazing.
Yeah? How was the tanks? Did you hit a couple tanks for me?
Yes.
Yeah? How many did you hit?
A couple.
A couple. Dude, that's better than one. So
yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well, so you played in the Little League. You played in Little League All-Stars.
Yeah.
Have you been watching any of the Little League All-Stars? Or the Little League World Series? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, what do you think about this pitcher from China?
Chinese? That kid is a goat.
Could you hit him?
Yes. I could take him deep if I get a hold of one.
Yeah?
Yes.
Dude, his equivalent, MLB is 100 7 or something?
Yeah, 107 and plus.
Yeah. You think you could hit that?
Yeah.
Look, I'm I wasn't as good as you are now at your age, but I'm pretty confident sometimes in myself. But that dude was scary. I think the catcher was having a hard time just fielding the balls behind the plate. But that's all right. Who are you pulling for now, though?
Chinese Taipei.
Okay. So you got to pull for him, right?
Yeah.
All right. I don't. You know who I'm? Latin America. I'm a big Dolphins fan, and I love the colors. So I'm I like those dudes. And then you've got Stella playing for, I think it's the Southeast. Got to pull for those guys. So it's been fun to watch. So
yeah,
I've seen a ton of home runs though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been exciting to watch. So
that kid from California is huge.
6'1". Which one?
That 6'1" kid.
Well, I don't know if I've seen him or not.
Yeah, he's 6'1".
Dang, did they check his birth certificate before he showed up? I assume that's what my dad was telling me, that he was like, there's no way this kid's throwing this. He's got to be older. And I'm like, look, I can promise you, if he is here on this field, he has shown that birth certificate multiple times. So it's been pretty insane. So, and you got a chance to actually play in some of that, right? Out in California.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get nervous when you start playing into those tournaments?
No, not really.
No, I can't see you get nervous, man. You just got this swag about you. So I feel like you got ice in your veins, maybe. So
he flips a switch sometimes. In North Carolina, when he was just at Cary, he flipped the switch and did really, really well.
Oh yeah, because you were at the USA training facility, right? Isn't that where you went?
Yeah.
Now, how was that experience?
That was pretty cool.
Now, all the kids that showed up there were ballers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that you had to meet some pretty cool kids, make some good friends, and probably learned a lot, right?
Yeah.
Very cool. I've never got to do this kind of stuff when I was your age. So, dude, I idolize you. I think it's cool, and enjoy and soak every single bit of it up, man, because I think you're going places, man. I think you are.
Thank you.
All right. So now let's get to who we're talking to today. So this show has been running for about 1.5 years now. And for probably 2 years, I have watched this dude talk. I got cold chills right now just thinking about it. Dude, we have on today Mr. Drop a Bomb, CJ Beatty. How you doing, sir?
Man, I appreciate the love and introduction, fam. I'm doing wonderful.
Oh man, I've got so many questions for you. Of course, I'm sure probably a lot of them you probably answer every time that you're on the show. You get an interview, but man, I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm a big. I don't read a lot of books, but I listen to motivational speeches, and it's just something about listening to someone and hearing the passion in their voice, hearing the love of what they're talking about. Like it inspires me. And it motivates me. And I'm going to tell you, your voice, your message, just it captures people, man. And I'm one of those people. So I want to tell you, thank you, first of all.
I appreciate it. It's humbling to hear. It fuels me to continue. I know it is passion driven because I tell people all the time, I'm addicted to helping people. I just really want to help people understand that there's more in the tank, and that's what I do it for.
Man, I've seen video clips of you talking to football teams, baseball teams, softball teams. You're at a golf course this past weekend with superstars. Like, I mean, dude, your brand, your name is all over the place. So, man, I know you're out there hustling and putting in time, but I know that there's people on the other side that appreciates it a lot. So,
thank you.
You're welcome. Jacob, you know who this guy is?
Yeah.
Yeah? You ever watched any of his stuff?
Yeah.
Just every once in a while, right?
I listen to his music a lot.
I know he appreciates that. So, all right, CJ, start us off, man. All right, so for anyone out there listening, if you don't know who this dude is, you're going to have to look him up. But CJ, tell us like where it started for you. Like, think small town. I'm from South Carolina. I'm recording in South Carolina right now. You're from North Carolina. So tell us about growing up, how that was, because, I mean, you've had a lot of success in the game.
Yeah, man. From North Carolina, Winston-Salem to be exact, born and raised. I played ball ever since I was 5 years old, T-ball. And I mean, I just really fell in love with it at a very, very early age. And with the help of my heroes, Ken Griffey Jr., Derek Jeter, those were the guys that I idolized growing up.
Right.
And that I would often see every time I would go to the doctor's office or the dentist in this magazine called Sports Illustrated. And watch and just flipping through those magazines, seeing them in elementary schools and in the community doing things like outside of the field, it really inspired me to be like them. And but I went on to play travel ball, and travel ball led to national championships in AAU, which led to high school. And I transferred high schools to a better high school for baseball. And that's where I kind of got discovered. And I received 65 letters to go to pretty much any school in the country for baseball. Ironically, I chose North Carolina A&T State University. I got a full scholarship to go there to play baseball, and it was 25 minutes from the crib. So, I couldn't turn that down to get some home cooking, laundry done, and hit the road to go.
There you go.
Play baseball and get an education.
Make college life easy.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Especially when you're a mama's boy. Like when you're a mama's boy, man, you can't kind of go too far, man. You can go far, but when you get far, it gets a little cold. Be like, man, I got to get back to the crib. I got to go home, man. But other than that, I was blessed to have some great seasons at A&T. And the St. Louis Cardinals drafted me after my junior year. And it was a dream come true because literally when I was 8 years old, I remember telling my mother in the kitchen, I want to be a professional baseball player. And she told me, son, if you want to do that, you're going to have to outwork everybody. I know you're good, but you got to be better than good. And I was on that mission to prove everybody wrong and to prove everybody right, the ones that believed. And so to have that opportunity where the St. Louis Cardinals drafted me and sent me to spring training, that was huge. So, and then right now, after my pro career, I had about 6 or 7 years between independent baseball and minor league baseball. I hung them up to become a pro scout. with the Cardinals for about a year and a half. Loved every bit of it, but my passion was leading me towards motivational speaking. It was something I was doing in the off season for free. And one day I found out, like, dude, you can really make a living doing this if you really cultivate it and put yourself out there. You can do it. Yeah. So once I found out that people would pay you to do something that I was doing for free, I was like, well, shoot, if that's the case, yeah, I want that to be my life, man. I want to just go around the world getting paid to help people. So here I am now as the baseball, softball motivator brands. We just launched golf. So now we're moving it and transitioning it over to the motivator brands.
Okay.
So yeah, I hope that's the great elevator pitch right there for you.
Man, that's a lot. Jakob, what do you think about that? You got any questions just right off the cuff after he told you all that stuff?
That's just like my mom.
Oh yeah? Which part? She played in MLB?
No, she told me what was it? About saying like his mom was saying,
what do you want to do?
Yeah, like what do you want to do and like what will make you happy?
Gotcha.
Mama knows best, bro. Mama knows best.
Yeah.
Well, look, so we're a youth baseball podcast. So we spend all of our time dedicated to the youth. Mm-hmm. And so our primary audience is coaches, parents, players. And so my big drive to have you on the show is this is a community that isn't where it was when you were playing travel ball. It isn't where it was when you were playing rec ball. And so there's a lot of division. There's too much competition. And what do you see, like, when you think about your days of playing youth ball and then you look at things today, where do you see the difference? And because it's like when I graduated in 96, we didn't have travel ball, or at least nothing that I was aware of. Mm-hmm. What do you think the biggest difference is between your playing time in youth sports versus today?
It's more individual nowadays.
Okay.
It's less about the team, because there's so many options now that are out there that if you don't like something, people are just hopping and jumping ship. And when I was growing up, it wasn't that many options. I mean, of course, you had your travel ball, but it was still somewhat new on the let's just say it was new. Yeah. You had things, but it wasn't about, hopping from team to team. It was like if somebody started a team, those are your friends. You stayed up with them until you got to high school. It wasn't going back and forth. It wasn't saying that I was a shortstop, and if I can't be shortstop, I'm going to go somewhere where to be a shortstop. If I don't like Timmy in left field, then we're going to another team because I don't want to see Timmy no more. So I think that it's more individual now, especially with the strength of social media and the likes, the addiction to likes and wanting to be liked and wanting to be cool and on the cool team. I think that people are hopping back and forth these days, and that was something that you rarely did back in the day.
Yeah. Well, honestly, as soon as you started, my head went directly to college and transfer portal, because I feel like the transfer portal is like, it's not doing any favors for these kids. So, but anyway, so thinking back to baseball, like when you think about your childhood memories and like you had some options of playing different sports. What was it about baseball that like made you want to be an MLB player at 8 years old?
I'm honestly, Jeter and Griffey made it look cool, especially Griffey.
Yeah.
He was that rebel against the grain, hat backwards, high top cleats, with the chain hanging a little bit. I was like, man, that guy's cool, man. Jumping over fences, robbing home runs, had the little,
the swing.
Yeah, had the wiggle. But I would say baseball was that sport that, believe it or not, my mother didn't want me playing football because of the fact that she felt I was too young to experience a broken arm or limbs being broken or things like that. She said that should be later on in life once your body develops. My dad was a football player growing up, but trying to be a great husband, he listened to his wife and he found a sport that was less contact. And I'm glad that he did, because I fell in love with baseball, but I did play football once I got to high school, and I developed a love for that as well. Mm-hmm. But I had to understand, and we were guided to understand, that it comes a point in time where you need to put all your eggs in one basket, and cultivate that as much as possible for you to get ready for the next level. Right. So after my junior year of playing football, my senior year, I dedicated it to baseball. And it's crazy to say this, but even nowadays, I don't think you can wait till your senior year, especially if you're a person that's a prospect or has ideas of going, and dreams and ambitions of going to the next level of college. I don't think you can fairly say you're giving yourself a better shot by waiting till your senior year to stop, because recruiting starts hella early nowadays.
Yeah, it does. I mean, we're seeing kids. I mean, honestly, Jacob, like you keep playing the way you're playing, and you might be receiving some of those letters in the next few years, man. I mean, they're looking earlier and earlier, trying to scout and find that talent. So, yeah. I mean, one of the cool things about your story is you chose a smaller school, North Carolina A&T, and a lot of kids out there thinking they've always got to go to D1, they got to go to these big power schools, And one of the things that we try to say is they'll find you. Mm-hmm. Like, what do you think was the key to your success in being recruited, and not so much as recruited, but drafted out of North Carolina A&T?
You're correct. They'll find you. And I am a living testament to it, becoming a pro scout. When I was a pro scout with St. Louis, you can't be everywhere. So you have to get information from someone or someone close to you, or an email that might come in that might pique my interest to be able to travel and go see somebody. So it is true that if you go and ball out, word will get around and somebody will come put some eyes on you. You just got to bring something to the table that's worth watching. And I chose North Carolina A&T State University because, they wasn't the SEC, but I knew within myself that, I had this attitude about myself that I was like, bro, I'm getting drafted. I don't care where I go. I can go to Toilet Bowl University. It don't matter. I'm getting drafted because I'm going to let everybody know, whoever's on that field, that I'm the best one on that field. So, that's one thing that I think the kids today needs to understand, that's beyond a bat flip or beyond a celebration and things like that. It's the way you carry yourself. It's the way you let your game speak for you, instead of the antics in the mouth. Right. But that's the way that I played the game. It was like I carried this from my coaches. They told me I carried this personality that was just like, man, that's if not the best kid on the field right there. It's the best kid in the league right there, just by the way I said, I have to be able to prove it to everybody. Every time I stood on the field, I wanted to prove that I'm not second to anybody. I was on a mission, whether it was a consolation game or not. If a kid looked at me the wrong way on the mound, I'm like, I'm about to take his butt to the concession stand right now. You know what I'm saying?
What was your position of choice as you were growing up, and then as you got recruited? What position did you find yourself playing?
Well, I started off as a shortstop on the smaller fields. Mm-hmm. But then when we got to the bigger fields, obviously I went to center field because of my athletic ability and speed. And I would say I kind of got stuck out there because I started making plays. Like balls were not, I called it the no-fly zone. Balls would go out there and die. As soon as the ball goes up, your boy, boom. I actually thought about putting a cape on in the outfield when I was in travel ball, man.
Oh.
That today that would have went viral, but I think I would have had some haters out there.
Yeah. Back in those days you might have, but yeah, you're right. Today you'd be TikTok famous for that one.
Right? Does this kid put a cape on? Like, what's going on?
That's pretty genius, Jacob. Take some notes here. Take some notes, but be careful. Be careful. Be careful. All right. There's a sense of going too far.
So. Yes. And I think that lands on the too far side. So
I think so. Just pull it out and practice and get a good video of it and practice.
Yeah.
And then don't pull it out during a game though.
My dad teaches me humility.
Yeah, humility. That is right, because that's far from it, homie. That's far from it.
Hey, well, you know what? You talk about some of the greats out there, and Griffey being one of them. Like, he never needed the cape. He never needed any of that stuff. And honestly, back in those days, we didn't have as much access to players like we do today with social media and everything. So, like, we didn't get to see a lot of Griffey. But when we did see Griffey, dude, he was business. Yes. It was fun. It was joy. It was love of the game, but he was business and he played like it. So, I mean, incredible guy. Have you ever got a chance to meet him?
Not yet. That's another one. That's the
bucket list one there. Huh?
Yep. I told you when I ran into Barry down there, he wasn't on the lineup. It wasn't like that people knew he was coming. It was like somebody's over there talking to Steph, and I'm like, well, who's that guy? I mean, he looks kind of bald headed under there, but he just looked kind of big stature. But
yeah,
I don't know. But it doesn't look. But hold on, if Steph is small in the NBA, this guy doesn't look like he's built like an NBA basketball player.
Right.
I mean, literally, this is going on in my mind. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. We're in San Francisco.
Process of elimination.
I'm like, we're in San Francisco. And he turned and gave me the side profile. I said, I think that's Barry. And then sure enough, he gave me the full face. I said, yo, that's Barry Bonds, yo. That's Barry. Freaking Barry.
Growing up watching him, speed, everything. Like, he brought it all. He was the total package. And whatever anyone wants to say about the Hall of Fame, he deserves to be in there. I don't care. That dude hit for contact. He could do it all. Mm-hmm. And man, anyway, so that's I can get all wrapped up in my childhood on that one.
They need to put him in that, and that will be the show.
Who?
Barry Bonds.
They don't have him in the show?
No, it's tough to get Barry in the video. Him and Bill Belichick, they always elect not to be in there.
Yeah, him and Pete Rose too.
Yep. They don't. They'll make up somebody.
Yeah.
Oh man, well, you can make your own player though, so you got to make your own player, and
you just have to create them.
Yeah. There you go. So, all right, you go to North Carolina A&T. What was it like being drafted? Like, what was that process like for you?
I mean, it was exciting. I mean, my entire time of that process, it was exciting because you just never knew. I was getting letters, going to the mailbox every time I came home, or my parents would, send me a picture. We didn't have FaceTime then.
Right.
Send me a picture of the mail that came in, and it was like, look, the Orioles. Oh, wow, the Yankees. Oh, this is a big package from the Royals. So, I mean, that's kind of stuff is very inspiring and motivational for a kid that's wanting to become a pro. Yeah. So as the season goes on, you start paying attention to the internet and rankings and forums and draft boards and seeing your name pop up on a few, like top outfielders in North Carolina, the top 30. And then it's like, man, shoot, I'm number 9. Let's go. Wow. Let's get this up. This preseason number 9. And what's crazy is to be number 9 in the state, it says a lot for high school, but this included college. So
wow.
I was number 9 in the state. And on my junior year, and I was like, yo, this is pretty good, but you still don't know.
Right.
Because, you get people to talk to you. They ask you what your number is. And you've seen stories where people ask for too much and go undrafted. You see where something comes up where people don't get drafted. So even though I was like, hey, man, I think I'm in the top 1,500 to get drafted. I mean, geez, but you just never know. And then also what happens is you never know, because some teams will say, man, we got you going top 10 rounds. We got you going this. We got you going no later than this. And then when those rounds pass, you're like, is my phone gonna light up? Well, what's up?
Check my service. Check the service.
It's almost like I explain to people like it's a soccer match. Everybody keeps going, oh man! But when they finally make that goal, when that phone lit up and the Cardinals called me, I was like, "Let's go!"
Now, who called you? Was it GM coach who called you?
Actually, it was my scout, the area scout.
Okay.
My area scout called me and said, "Hey, CJ, we're surprised you're still on the board, but you had a great showing, and I think we're going to take you here within the next couple picks." Told him the number. He said, "Stay tuned if you're there, bro. I'm pretty sure we're going to take you." So we still didn't even know then because it was like the St. Louis Cardinals select who was on the edge of our seats. CJ Beatty out of North Carolina A&T State University. I was like, oh, shoot, let's go. It was Doritos everywhere, man. We had Doritos thrown everywhere. I mean, it was just crazy.
Oh, that's so amazing. Jacob, that sounds like what you want in your future, right?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. CJ, what would you tell the 12-year-old guys out there and girls that their dream is to follow in your footsteps into the MLB and, to be on the MLB The Show one day? What would you tell those kids?
Outwork everybody. Seriously, outwork everybody. Even when you're at home, you got to know that somebody else is out there trying to outwork you for your job. And I think a lot of kids today take the practice at home for granted. And they think that just because they work their tails off at the team practice and in their lessons, they think that it's enough. And it might be enough for your travel team, but it sure is not enough for you to make a splash in big D1 baseball. It's definitely not enough for you to make a splash at the pro level. If you want more out of life, you got to do more. So I think these 12-year-old kids today need to know that if you want more, you got to do more. So it starts at practice at home. If you start to come up with a schedule where you're busting your butt at home, you significantly increase your chances of retaining one of those spots. So bust your butt at home.
And I do like some of the words as you're talking. I do hear that from some of the kids is, that they don't have the same imagination I feel like I had back as I was growing up, because that's all I wanted to do was play ball. And whether it was throwing tennis balls off the side of the house and then having parents like yell at me because I'm throwing balls at the house, or throwing them up on the roof and like trying to figure out how it was going to come down the roof line. Like I just use my imagination. Jacob, what do you do when like you don't have a team practice? You're in the middle of off season. Like, where do you spend most of your time, Jacob?
In my room, throwing on my pitch back.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I throw my pitch back and I go hit off the tee.
Yeah, you got a cage in the backyard, right?
Yeah.
How much time do you spend in that cage?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, what do you think we could tell kids out there? Because you hit off a tee a lot, right?
Yeah, and my dad throws to me a lot too. A lot. Yeah. I hit like 2 or 3 buckets a day.
Well, there's a lot of kids out there that get really bored by hitting off a tee and they don't feel like it's challenging them enough. What would you tell them why hitting off a tee is so important, Jacob?
So you could get your fundamentals down and practice hitting and stay on your back leg and practice hitting the curveball.
Yeah.
And like you could change it to outside, inside, down the middle, high and low. Because
then it becomes about, you stop just swinging a bat and you start working on technique, right?
Yeah.
Because anybody can swing a bat. Like, I mean, I've seen 3-year-olds swing a bat and swing it pretty good, but doesn't mean they have technique, right?
Yeah, so, like on the tee, I hit lefty a lot on the tee too.
Okay, challenging yourself. All right, CJ, you're a righty or lefty?
Switch hitter.
Switch hitter.
Me too.
Awesome. Do you feel like that helped your draft status? Being able to switch hit?
I truly do. Because whenever you go to these draft workouts or performing at these showcases and they find out you're a switch hitter, a lot of eyes are going to be on you to see if you can do it. And if you can deliver, your stock's going to go up, because chances are, especially in today's world, switch hitting is a lost art form. So I am kind of I don't understand why nobody is like pushing it on their kids at a younger age, because it definitely gives them a head start when it comes to getting on the list. And I know the old school coaches that are out there that play, not even, let's say, the old school coaches, just with the analytics that everybody is looking into at the pro level and now in college as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, this right-handed pitcher decapitates righties. We need to put more lefties in. Well, if you're a good hitting switch hitter, you're always in the lineup because you're always on the opposite side. And I know it always helped me as a hitter. It helped make hitting easier for me because I didn't have to face that tough slider that was tough to hit righty on righty. And if he did throw the slider, it was coming right into my wheelhouse as a lefty.
Yeah.
So I just to talk it out, it makes perfect sense on if you got a young child, teach them how to switch hit. And that's going to really help give them a head start, especially if you catch them at a young age.
What age did you start?
My dad turned me around between my 10 and 11 year of age, 10 somewhere between 10 and 11.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I mean, I'm a natural righty, and I was tearing up my little league, hitting home runs. I still have the little league record at my little league with hitting home runs. So it was just kind of one of those parental suggestions of turn around and bat left-handed. And I was like, man, I swing this bat very weakly.
Yeah.
Why would I want to go on a side where I'm not dropping bombs I'm literally swinging and it looks awful, right?
Right.
My dad had this big picture. He was like, man, you got to be able to switch it. It's going to help you out. Got to be able to switch it. And sure enough, by working on it and working on it, I got used to it. Swing got better. And one day we was like tearing up this team. Like it was bad. It was like, you know how you be beating those teams very bad and they get ready to call the game. And that particular game, I have not hit a home run. So I was like, pursuit, like, ooh, I got to get up one more time. I got to try to hit this bomb real quick. I got to hit a home run. I got up to the plate and my dad was like, hey, from the fence, hey, turn around. I was like, turn around. Like, no, I'm trying to hit a bomb. I want to get on this side. He said, turn around. I'm like, I turn around. So I'm not making this up. I was so pissed off, like on the inside. I was so mad. Like, I'm going to show him that I can't do this. I'm going to swing hard. Dude, I swung hard and hit a tank. Like, for real. Like, I was like, man, I gripped the bat. I was like, okay, I'm going to swing hard. And I absolutely, and I'm like, and I was going around the bases, in Little League, everybody's like very friendly. And everybody's like, everybody.
What just happened?
Yeah, and so of course, being the guy that I am, going around the bases, everybody's like, "Oh my God, you can switch it, you can do it on your left." Oh, at that point, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, for sure, man. That's what I do." But my dad knew best. But that's my story of how I started switching.
That's awesome. Now, Jake, do you switch it during games?
Yes, I was playing this really bad team and I had a triple off them.
Oh, yeah? Now, you're a natural righty or lefty?
Righty.
Okay. All right. So what was the transition like as you started to switch hit? Was it hard for you or did it come easy?
My swing was so ugly when I started.
Well, how did you not get frustrated? Like, just like, swing doesn't look good. I can't make contact. Like, because baseball is already hard anyway from your natural side. Like, and now you're trying to do something even harder. Like, what made you not want to stop?
It was just fun hitting lefty, and I'm like, I challenged myself. I'm like, I could hit righty really good, but I can't lefty. So I'm like, I'm gonna try to hit lefty now.
Right.
And then I just kept on practicing like that. Like I do that in my batting cage. Every time I practice, I take like half righty and then half lefty.
Now, which one you stronger at now? Is it pretty equal?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Very good.
I think that's what's lost on a lot of this generation, CJ, is, you got a lot of parents that get more involved these days, and my baby has to play shortstop. My baby has to play the infield, middle infield. And then, like yourself, you get moved to the outfield and then you find your home because you're able to do so much more. Like if you're thinking about the parents out there now, what would you say to the parents that are so convinced of their kid getting playing time in the infield and being able to understand how, being a universal utility, like just being that player that'll do whatever needed for the team? What would you say to those parents that are struggling with that?
It's tough as a parent whenever you want what's best for your child. But I definitely think that parents need to educate themselves and talk to some more people, more qualified people, right? Not just their coworkers or other teen moms and dads, but they need to talk to people that have done it and recruited at a higher level, so they get a deeper understanding of what needs to happen, when and how. When it comes to only being limited, he's only a shortstop. That is something that is absolutely that needs to change.
Right.
So I'm not looking like, if you ask any D1 coach at a high level, they're looking for athletes.
Right.
They're looking for athletes. They're looking for people that can come in and make an impact no matter where. And the more positions that you could play at a great and high level increases your value and makes you more of an asset to the team. If you come into my university as a very good shortstop, but I already have an All-American at shortstop, but that's what you've already played. That's what you've played most of your life at, is shortstop. And when it comes a point to where I have to throw you in left field because I need your stick, you lose the games for us because the only thing out of your mouth is, "I'm sorry, coach, I've only played shortstop my whole life. I don't know how to play the outfield." Well, you know what? He's going to find you. You're going to find your butt on bench.
Right.
That's what's going to happen. Butt will be on bench. So I would encourage parents to understand that if you want to increase the value of your player, they need to learn as many positions as possible. And then they also need to become good at as many positions as possible, because there's a difference. I go to these showcases a lot and I'm looking at players, and you get these gung-ho kids that are like, "Oh, I can play. Oh, I can play. Oh, I can play." No. Just because you can catch a fly ball don't make you an outfielder.
Exactly.
Just because you can throw somebody out a couple times doesn't make you a second baseman. Just because you started a double play and threw it like a dart over there to the shortstop and he turned it successfully doesn't make you a second baseman or a middle infielder. My rule of thumb is, if you cannot make the routine play look spectacular and the spectacular play look routine, then you're not that position.
Wow. Did you track with that, Jacob?
Yes.
That was pretty good, dude. That's why you here, man. Like, look, all right, I'm gonna tell you, CJ. So Denzel Washington, to me, is like the ultimate inspirational guy, because he can just be having just a random conversation and give you cold chills and be like, "Damn, let me get up and go run. Let me go do something." You that kind of guy, man. Like I love, like, you just, your ability to make it relatable to the audience is pretty freaking amazing, man. So and going back to what you're saying, like, there's skill to play in outfield. Like there's a skill that has to be learned.
Yes.
And I've heard of kids, and actually several times around in my area where a kid has only spent time, in the infield, and they want to go travel ball now. And like you said, show up to a travel ball team. They probably already got their infield set in most cases. He had never played outfield before. Or kids never played outfield and didn't know how to track a ball, the right way. And he didn't make the team. And so for all the parents out there, as you're thinking about, your kid, where they're batting in the lineup, what position they're playing, all of those just random things, what Game Changer says, like, really you need to ask the question is, are they having fun? Because I feel like CJ now with, all of these choices and all of this unnecessary pressure being put on these kids, like the fun's being taken away at such an early age these days, and kids are getting burnt out, getting hurt, or just losing the love of the game. I mean, is it? Do you see any of that in your world?
Yeah. I think that the wrong coaches are coaching.
Yeah.
I think the wrong people are coaching, because anybody that has access to the internet can create a logo, can get some screen printed tees in the local mall and call themselves a travel ball team.
Exactly.
So the wrong people are coaching. A great coach is a great communicator. You really don't have to have a decorated playing career, because I've seen too many decorated playing career be terrible coaches because they're not great communicators.
Right.
I'd rather take a coach that doesn't have, like, for example, Mike Schilt, the former manager of the Cardinals, was my rookie ball coach.
Okay.
Mike Schilt has no professional baseball playing experience. But how do you think he got all the way to the big leagues? By shaking an 8-ball? No. He was very studious when it came to the game. He always asked questions. He always learned more, right, and became a great communicator where the players fought hard for him on the field. So that worked in rookie ball, single A, double A, triple A. Let's give him an opportunity in the big leagues. And that's how that happened. So again, when it comes to bringing that energy and getting the most out of your players, I think that it's most important that we understand that it still has to be about development. And if a coach says that it's about development, my rule of thumb, look, they got 2 practices or a practice and a tournament for me to see if they're about development. It doesn't take long for somebody to show you if they're about development or not. And then here, if you want to be straight up, if you're truly about the development of your child, then therefore the moment that you say that we're interested in joining your organization or your team, ask them up front, can you explain how you implement development into your team or into your organization? Is there anything in place that you can share with us other than we're about development? Okay, how?
Right.
My biggest thing that people need to understand is that this goes across all forms, players to coaches, parents to coaches, coaches to parents, corporate America. If you can't explain it, you don't know it. Period.
That's
so
it.
So if they say that they're about development, and explain in this organization what development means to you and how you're carrying it out across your entire organization. Well, we take notes. Okay. What else? What else? Because if they can't answer that, then you know what you're walking into.
Right.
But I think that if we keep development first and then find an organization that is going to really focus on that. I know winning is important because they need to learn how to win, but they also need to learn how to lose. Always chasing wins. When they get their teeth kicked in one day, they ain't going to know how to react.
Yeah. Well, as so there's a lot to it. I mean, you were a recruiter. And so I heard an interview a couple of days ago with a recruiter on a podcast, and he's talking about, the players that he goes out to see, and the kid may go 3 for 3 and have a phenomenal game. And that recruiter is like, I'm going to come back and watch another one. Because what he's wanting to watch is he's wanting to watch when he goes 0 for 3. Mm-hmm. And he wants to see what it's like when they lose the game. And he's looking at, how they're communicating with their teammates, how they're showing respect to their coaches. What does their communication with their parents look like? It's all of those other factors that come in when things get rough. And I think that's where a lot of the kids these days with travel ball, like you said, anybody can say, all right, tomorrow I'm starting a travel ball team, Jacob. I want you to come play shortstop for me. And because there's really no stipulations that you have to have.
There's none.
No, and that's scary.
It is.
Travel.
I put up a post the other day. I said, if you think that your children are your number one priority in their development, Like you wouldn't send them to a low-rated school with low education and low test scores. You wouldn't do that. You either pick up and move or literally possibly change guardianship to make sure they get the best education possible. Everybody would agree, right?
Yep.
But when it comes to the travel ball team, I think parents are lacking in that area because they'll rather put their sons on a team where they visibly are winning but not getting better. Maybe because they have a great relationship with a few other moms or a few other dads on the team, or the coach is nice but still not educating them or teaching them the game. You wouldn't sign up to be with a doctor that is going to work on your brain and he's just kind of nice. No, right. Oh, he's a nice guy. He means well. Work on my brain. No.
Yeah, he's got bad bedside manner. Like, I don't like him. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's a Duke fan, so I'm gonna have to let him go. No, you want the best, and I feel like we have the requirements like very low when it comes to what we go after. We say, hey man, the better team is in Raleigh, and that's an hour and 30 minutes from me. I don't think we want to drive out there to those practices. Well, you will drive out there to save your life. You'll drive out there to help your kids excel. But why is it? You see what I'm saying? So I don't think a lot of parents have really like thought about how detrimental it is to their children if you don't really think at who you're presenting your children to when it comes to travel ball. Like, it's important. These are sponge years. Like, Jerry's developing into this young man that's going to go on and live his life through baseball and whatever he wants to do, and then go on and get blessed with the family and all of that. But these sponge years are molding him into the person that he's going to be. So, yes, it's important who you allow around your kids, because if you let them just play on any Tom and Harry travel ball team, you might as well let them go over their house and chill.
Oh, man. Like,
I'm about to start preaching. I'm telling you.
Dude, it's okay. and that's honestly what I've seen. Like, in my area, I mean, we've had probably an expansion. Our rec league is trending down, which I think probably most communities would probably say that. And travel ball is spiking. And what parents fail to understand is, like, we get asked a lot, at what age should my kid go travel ball? And, and it's not so much about an age. It is when the kid's ready for travel ball. And, too many parents are watching kids around them, go travel ball and have some success or whatever they define as success.
Uh-huh.
And they're trying to push their kids to follow their friends. And in reality, sometimes it's just not meant to be. And I think parents are too much trying to live through their kids. I don't know. I can get so wrapped up into this stuff and get so frustrated, man, because there's so many, and like you said earlier, we just don't have good coaches in most areas these days, and no one that takes the role serious.
Yeah,
because like what you said, in the sponge age, you're teaching them how to be a man, how to respect others, how to respect authority. Like, there's so many things that come within those things. And the coach is super important to the development of those kids. Like, not even baseball related, just about being a good person.
Yeah. I'm telling you, a lot of my youth coaches are in who I am today. A lot of it. I mean, here I am, international motivational speaker. I reach a lot of people, but that's because I had a lot of good people in my sponge years. Yeah. And a lot of those were coaches. I'm telling you. So it's important. It's imperative that I even told a parent when I was doing lessons, I said, until you find that team, don't be afraid to not travel on the weekends. Don't be afraid to go hiking more or spend more family time, and let them still cultivate in lessons and possible guest play until somebody qualified steps up. Don't feel pressure to settle for less just to be able to say he's a part of something. Like, you got to do what's best. This is an investment. Your kid doesn't have 9 lives. It's got 1. So you got to make sure you do what's important.
Jacob, that's a lot of information for you to process, dude. Like, what does that all mean to you? Like, if someone asks you tomorrow, hey, what'd y'all talk about on that podcast? What'd you take away from that conversation?
Nothing.
Oh my gosh. I'm about to kick you off here. I know he's messing
Wait.
with me.
I thought you meant something else. So I thought you meant like what would you say to someone?
No. But like, so that stuff's important, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, how, your coaches, what's important to you? Like, what do you like best in a coach? Jacob?
What do you like best in a coach?
Who's been your favorite coaches?
Coach Jake, Coach James.
Jacob has been on the same team for the past 3 years now.
Okay.
Drive an hour and 30 minutes.
We drive an hour, 15 minutes to get to practice because in our area, we don't have what met his needs for development, the right fit, exactly what you guys are talking about. So for Jake, we drive from Lancaster, California, all the way down to Encino or West LA just to get him to practice and the right coaches for him. That's the right fit that we feel is for him.
Right.
So what you guys are talking about, it kind of rings real true with us right now.
Jacob, so those coaches that you like the best, are they easy on you? Like, do you like them just because they like hang out and like tell you jokes all day?
They push us like to actually do like the right stuff and stuff.
So they may frustrate you sometimes, right? Sometimes?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things in CJ as I was growing up and we had a show earlier and we were talking to another coach and like my coaches were never like nice. Like they instilled, like I just didn't have like, I never like hung out and like chilled with the coach, but like my coaches, I respected them. I knew exactly what they expected of me. And I knew what, I had to show up every day because they were going to push it out of me, whether I wanted to or not. And I think a lot of times these days we're looking for social fits versus what's best for my child. And I can get on a tangent on this one, so I apologize. So I see youth baseball in general just becoming something that it's not always healthy. It's a healthy environment. So I'll leave it at that. So, all right. So you're an international motivational speaker now. Like, when did it like dawn on you that like this was your calling? Like this is what you enjoyed doing?
2012, the fall and winter, which was the summertime for Australia. I was playing ball in Australia for Brisbane, and I knew my playing career was getting ready to come to an end. Because I was just like, hey man, it just seems like, I mean, and not playing career as far as playing, I could have played I could still play independent baseball right now. But just trying to get to the major leagues, I just said, hey, not getting enough calls doesn't look, I just want to make sure that I'm ready for that next step or that transition in case, it doesn't work out.
Right.
And after consulting with my mother, over a call, she was just like, what else are you good at? And then that's when I thought about, baseball's been my entire life, but I like to speak to people as a speaker. I love going into the schools and I love, preaching life into people, man. It's just awesome. And she told me, she's like, well, you should try to go into that. I heard that if you do it real well, you can get paid pretty good money. So that's kind of where it took off for me, because once I was inspired to find out that you can get paid to motivate people, 2013, April is when I launched Motivational Nuggets. And I reached out to Eric Thomas on Twitter, and Eric Thomas responded back, and it like floored me because I was like, yo, this dude is legit. God, it's E.T. the hip hop preacher.
Yeah.
And he responded with clear direction on, brother, you need to go through YouTube. That's the quickest way for you to gain a following and to be everywhere. So I followed his instructions. I started putting things on YouTube and my views were not going anywhere. And I was like, hey, are you sure? Because nobody's watching it. But he says it's not about reaching your goal. It's about what you become in pursuit of it. And I was like,
okay.
Wow. He said, just stay consistent. Just focus on consistency. Even if it gets tough, focus on consistency. And that's what I did. I made a promise. I gave myself a year. I said, I'm going to run this play for a year. I'm going to put up a video once a week for a year, every Wednesday. And sure enough, and within my first 3 months of putting out videos, I put out one voiceover still on my YouTube today. It's called Practice, where I went to my local little league and I dragged my little brother out there and I told him, I need you to run hills and I'm going to videotape you doing it. And I'm going to put my voice over it with some roar battle cry music. And I did that. And it hit 100,000 views in 6 months. It was just growing crazy. And for me to go from 30 views to 100,000 in 6 months, that was a fun climb.
Yeah.
After when that happened, then that's really what helped me get onto the scene. Okay. Because people started to then want more, request more. I put out more voiceovers. But my biggest breakthrough moment in person was, and that's why I have a great relationship with the Wake Forest baseball team, because Tom Walter gave me my first big time speaking engagement at the D1 level. I called him up and I said, hey, Coach Walter, I would love to speak. You can see my YouTube channel. I will come speak for free. It doesn't matter. I just would love this opportunity and this platform. He said, man, come on. And that was at a time when Wake Forest was not what they are today.
Right.
And he was like, dude, any help you can give me recruiting, I would love it. And I said, you mind if I record it? And he said, yeah, you can record it. I put that out there. It's called Mental Toughness. And that went viral as well. But by me being on that stage at Wake Forest, speaking to those players, opened up UVA football, Campbell football, basketball teams. People started calling. And that's what really was the birth of me becoming a motivational speaker.
You know, I feel like there is so much of an art form to being a motivational speaker. And like, you know, my dream growing up was to either be in the MLB or I was going to be a rock star. Mm-hmm. And because, you know, you hear all the, you know, these stars talk about, you know, the feeling of being on stage and having everybody cheer for you. There is no doubt. Like I've done a little bit of motivational speaking in my history, and standing on the stage and seeing people being uplifted by something you may have said, seeing people make a connection to those kind of things, dude, there's no better feeling in the world than that. Like, I mean, it's incredible. And I think it takes a special person like yourself to really, truly, you know, take talking and start inspiring. So
that's awesome.
You're definitely there. All right. So where did the hip hop come from? So like, where did all of this stuff come from?
One day I just wanted to break the monotony of everyday life. And I thought something hit me one day. I was just like, man, I want to create a baseball song. And I want to just put it on iTunes and tell all my friends like, yo, I'm a hip hop artist. Literally, that's what it was. It was I wanted to pursue this and definitely not get it to where it is now. It was just something I just wanted to be like, how cool it to be to say to my friends, I'm on iTunes, yo, go check me out for 99 cents. Go get this song. Yeah. And I put out a message to my haters. My first baseball song I composed myself on an iPad, and put it out there, and that was it. I put it on Instagram, let people know. I didn't check it for about 2-3 months, and I checked my back office. You know, I logged into the account, checked my back office, and it was just under $1,000 in there. I was like, whoa, where did this money come from? And I, you know, click. And I'm like, oh, people actually bought this? Right. Okay. I think that entrepreneurship light bulb came on. And I said, well, look, I'm going to put out some more baseball music. And I just started putting out baseball music. And then one day I looked on there and I said, man, I think I really have something. And I put out my first song in 2015, and I've been doing it ever since. So like 6 volumes of baseball music later, 2 volumes of softball music. I'm actually getting ready to get in the studio and start with golf music now. So I'm that guy. I think I'm slowly becoming, A&Rs are telling me I'm slowly becoming like the Drake of sports music.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool.
That's
I
awesome.
love the song Bad Umpire.
Oh yeah, zone so big, run a truck through it. Like if that be dug through it. Yeah.
Jacob's been listening to it all day, haven't you?
Yeah. My top 3 is 80 poo, drop a bomb, and Bad Umpire.
80 poo, man. Throwing 80 poo. Throw it right by you. I'm throwing 80 poo.
Look, we were at a baseball tournament in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina 2 weekends ago. And our closing question that we ask every single guest is, what's your walkout music? So you're going to get that one. So spoiler alert. And we had multiple kids say your music.
Oh, so wow. That's awesome, man.
It was because I was like, I know that dude. Like, he's coming on the show. So
it's awesome.
Dude, it totally resonates with, you know, the kids today. They love the swag that, you know, comes with the music, the confidence that it builds. So I think you're a well-rounded guy, man. And like,
thank you.
God made a diamond when he made you, man. So
I appreciate that. Respect.
Yeah. Jacob, any final questions for this dude before we let him go for the night?
What's your favorite baseball players?
Ooh, my favorite baseball players. Ooh. Are we going all time or like current?
All time and current.
Okay. Well, obviously I've named 2, Derek Jeter and Ken Griffey Jr., but I wore 44 because of Hank Aaron. You know, Hammerin' Hank is the reason I wore 44. But I would say I'm going to hit you with some people that I loved watching growing up was Wade Boggs, Jeff Bagwell, Pete Rose. I had an opportunity because my dad, like when I say I'm watching growing up, my dad like had film on these guys, YouTube videos. Hey, watch this. You see him with 2 strikes? See how he gets lower? Look what he does. Chokes up. He it was all of that growing up. But I would say in today's world, of course, Shohei Ohtani, he's a treat. And I'm going to tell you this from like professional scouts' eyes. Like he is somebody that you should be thankful that you grew up in the era to watch him. Yeah. I think more people are coming because it's going to produce more outward thinking for dual type players. They're going to start to come now. And it's the same thing happened in the NFL. If you remember, everybody stayed away from short quarterbacks and everybody stayed away from, if you can't stand in the pocket, they didn't want to. Then Michael Vick broke the mold, and which led to this, and Randall Cunningham before him. And, you know, so I believe that this is the beginning of something special for MLB with Shohei. But he's special. Mike Trout, I got drafted in the same year Mike Trout got drafted. I was a little envious of him when he got drafted higher than me in the first round. I was like, what makes this kid better than me? And we played against him when he played for the Cedar Rapids Cardinals in low A. That was his first game against us, Quad City River Bandits. I was in left field and I was just stewing like, man, who is this Mike Trout guy, that first rounder? This guy's trash. They should have drafted me. I'm way better than this guy. Oh, buddy, Mike Trout first at bat hit a routine ground ball to the second baseman, just glove side, just to boom, throw him out, beat it out. I said, oh. I said, I can't do that. From the right-hand side, too. I was like, good gracious, that kid was flying. And he's built like Mike Allstott. Look him up. He was just like everything. I was like, dude, like, okay, if you're this big and you can run that fast, that's crazy. So Mike Trout is one, Mookie Betts, Shohei. I do like Fernando Tatis. I like the way that he goes about his business. And, you know, I'm going to say this. I like Jazz Chisholm. You know, he's one of those guys that I know that whenever you play against him, he can be one of those guys that's like, well, you know, something that you don't want. But other than that, I like Jazz Chisholm and how he goes about it, too. Ooh, sorry. Sorry.
You're good.
No, you're fine.
Is that on your side?
Yeah, that's on our side. She was just cooking in there.
It's okay.
But yeah, those are my top guys.
What about the Reds kid, Ellie?
Oh, Ellie De La Cruz.
Oh yeah, man, he's great for baseball, and I know he could run for mayor 3 times over in Cincinnati right now because it's been a drought in Cincy, and he's that electric spark that they need.
dude, it's been a minute for Cincy, right? Like, who's the last big star that they had other than Griffey?
Votto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Votto. I mean, and after Votto, now you're just talking about Big Red Machines.
Yeah.
Griffey and stuff like that, because it's just been tough for Cincy. It really has.
But, dude, so the first time that I ever saw Ellie play was he hit a routine ground ball to, I want to say, the first baseman down first base line.
Yeah.
And he beat it out. Like, dove head first, beat it out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, this dude, now who is he? And because, like, I think back to my days of watching Griffey play and how much fun I saw from those guys enjoying the game on the field. Dude, he's going to be something.
Yeah, he is. He is. He's great for baseball, man. It really is. It really is. It's fun to watch him.
Yeah, no doubt. So what else you got, Jacob?
You know how you said you also love Pete Rose?
Yes.
I have a Pete Rose signed ball in my room from my grandpa.
Oh, yeah. Hey, man, that's special. That's special right there. Charlie Hustle, man. I had an opportunity when he was making his independent baseball tour. He came and stopped in Washington and came in the clubhouse, and I got a chance. I have a recording on my phone that I have saved on all my devices with him speaking to us. And he signed my Pete Rose book. I took signs from him at first base when he was making his celebrity coaching appearance. So, yeah, wow. He's a special one for sure.
That's
Do you like Robin Yount too?
You know, it is what it is.
He's a brewer.
You know, it is what it is. You know, with me being a Cardinals guy,
Yeah.
That is awesome. All right. What else you got, Jacob? Any more?
No, not really.
All right. Well, very cool. Hey, dude, those were great questions, man. Those were great questions. So, all right, CJ. So, last question of the night.
The
ultimate question of the night. You're walking up to bat tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
What are we going to hear pumping through the stadium? What's going to get you hyped and ready to go? Is it Mr. Drop a Bomb? Or is it someone else?
Oh, no. I'm gonna have to go in that Beatty repertoire. I'm gonna have to go old school with Mr. I Don't Bunt. I'm gonna have to
yes.
Mr. I Don't Bunt. I never look down the line for the sign. Remember my name. I don't bunt.
I think that's actually we had a softball player 2 weekends ago. It was a baseball softball tournament, and there was a one of the softball players that was her walkout song. So
not bunting. I'm sorry, Coach. I will hit it over the fence if you want me to, but I mean,
what if he gives you a bunt sign?
Well, according to the song, I didn't see it.
He didn't see
it. Mentally blind. Sorry, Coach. Lost it.
He missed that sign.
Missed that sign. Something,
Yeah.
It was the glare. The glare.
Something.
All right. Well, we're at the end of the show. And so, CJ, thank you so much for joining us. This has been my highlight of starting this show, and I appreciate it so much. Jacob, thank you for joining us, dude. I appreciate it very much for you guys to taking time out of your night when you could be out in the backyard practicing. Somebody else is working, but you're here with us. So yeah, I appreciate you.
After this, I'm going to go eat dinner and probably go it.
All right. Well, hey, you got some mental sharpness up here tonight, so it's okay. You did some work tonight. So this dude dropped some knowledge on us. So CJ, thank you again so much. We're going to close out the show and how we always do it. But before we get to that part, tell everyone that's listening how they can find you on social media, internet, and so on.
Yep. If you guys want to learn more about me as a speaker, cjbeatty.com. Check it out. We would love to hear from you if you want like a motivational speaking or booking for your organization or team. But if you want to follow me on all platforms, CJ Beatty 44. Real bigger on Instagram. That's where it's heavy at. But definitely can follow me on Facebook and Twitter or X today.
There you go. Now, do you still tweet on X? What do you
know? Every now and again, I tweet some thoughts on X, but a lot of those things are saved for my.
Gotcha. Well, dude, if you're listening at all, you want to be inspired on a given day, you're feeling down on a particular day, pull up CJ's videos and you're gonna feel some uplifting and you're gonna be ready to attack the day. So I can tell you that's how I feel, CJ, and I appreciate everything you've done. So at the end of every show, I say until next time, and we always have our guests say we'll catch you on the slide. So I'd like to ask you to do that for me.
All right.
Thank you to all of our listeners out there. Look, I know tonight you had a lot of different options to choose from when this thing came out, but you chose to listen to us, and I'm so glad you did, because I hope you got a message from CJ today that tells you to push through, stay focused, have a goal, and drive towards it. So, but thank you guys again for listening. But until next time, CJ,
we'll catch you on the slide.
You the man.
We thank you for toughing it out and pushing through. Now, let's go teach the world great sportsmanship, leadership, to go inspire someone through your dedication and excitement for the game. Make sure to smash the like and follow button on all social media at the S.L.I.D.E Podcast Show and the S.L.I.D.E Pod on Twitter. Plus, leave us a review and feedback. Until next time, we'll catch